are now tuned in to DAR Sports Media College Football Show. We here on DAR Sports Media, we do our friendly life talk about true crime documentaries off air, so you don't have to sit. Unlike other podcasts, I don't know why people do that shit. Oh, how you doing? Oh, well, what's going on today? But no, you don't give a fuck about that. Trying to hear some college football talk, and that's what we're here to do. Man, you know this format. It's just God, the format. Oh, the format. I have no original fucking thoughts. Oh, the format. Two more incredible games. Classics that we will never forget. We're up to about 4 of those throughout these playoffs because of this format. You know, it's amazing. It's crazy what happens when you let teams actually fucking play for it and show who's the best team instead of just guessing. Sometimes you're going to get a bunch of fucking awesome games, and that's what we got last week. We are now down to the national championship. Notre Dame against Ohio State. There's a lot. It's loaded on this pod because we got Lee Harvey, we got our Ohio State guy, we got Tay, who was on Notre Dame from the beginning, from week 0, telling us. I remember we sat here and I said, Tay, explain to me why I need to take this Notre Dame team seriously. And Tay sat there and he went player by player and he explained to everybody exactly why we should be taking Notre Dame seriously. And God damn it, if they aren't here and they aren't looking like right up there as one of the most well-rounded teams in the nation, maybe right behind Ohio State, the best defense going. Both these teams, I would put Ohio State's defense right up there with them because they were doing a lot of crazy shit too. We tried to tell y'all. We'll do a couple of we told yous. Tried to tell you about fucking Drew Aller. The hype train continued. We tried to tell you about Quinn Ewers. Motherfuckers didn't listen. We'll next week we'll do like a little recap of the national championship game, and then we'll probably kick off some of a little teaser for our NFL draft coverage and just talk about some of these guys who are coming out, and some of those storylines. One of the people that I just mentioned are definitely going to be a part of that. Here we go. Looking ahead, it's goddamn, man. It's close to a pick'em. I'm stymied. I'm having a tough time. I think Ohio State has a little more star power. I think they got a little bit more firepower. I think Ohio State's going to get it done. I think it's going to be a great fucking game. You know, another one, the 5th one, because this format is working. Hey, what do you got, man? What do you think? This national championship matchup?
Very even matchup. I was thinking though, I was walking my dog outside, it's snowing outside, beautiful, beautiful sight. And I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? How is Ohio State gonna try to win this game? They're gonna get the ball to their best player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Smith. I would say most people would agree, but I think Notre Dame has the answer. Notre Dame, I've talked about the defense all year long. They got a first round corner, and I don't know how it's gonna go, but that matchup is gonna be very nasty. And because of that, I think that alone would change the Ohio State offense. I'm going with Notre Dame. I'm going with Notre Dame just off of the strength of they have Jeremiah Smith stopper.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to hold them to under 50 yards. But yeah, that's what I'm making on, And if Benjamin Morrison, if he does do this, he's gonna skyrocket in the draft. I guarantee it. He's gonna be like one of the first. He's already gonna be one of the first corners off the board, but he'll jump some guys for sure. So yeah, I'm going with Notre Dame. I just like the way they've been running the ball too. They just take care of the ball. I don't know. I gotta rock with Notre Dame.
Lee, I think we could probably take a guess here. But at least let's try to give some reasons. Let's try to give some counterpoints. Ohio State, Notre Dame. What are you going with, my guy?
You guys already know, but Notre Dame, they play man coverage like most of the time. I don't know. The Oregon play man coverage? Because it sure didn't seem like it. I don't know. Smith, Henderson, Judkins. If they can get Henderson in space again, that's going to be a scary sight. And our defense, the two bookends, Tuimoloau and Sawyer, this their last go round, and along with Burke and Simon, I expect them to go out with a bang.
No, expect Cal. No concerns about Will Howard against this Notre Dame defense.
Not really. I respect their defense, but I'm pretty confident in Will getting it done on Monday night.
I'm concerned about the style that Notre Dame's offense takes, the style that Riley Leonard, this whole, it's kind of like a baby Tim Tebow offense.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about that going up against this fucking defense. It was tough sledding enough against Penn State. This defense is nasty business, man. I think Ohio State's just too damn loaded to pull off the type of stuff that Notre Dame has been pulling off to win these games. True, what do you think, man?
It pains me to say this because Lee's on the show. And I never want to say anything positive about any of his teams or anybody he likes because that's just not what we do here. So, I'm not happy about this. I think Notre Dame, to me, this is a toss-up game, right? I mean, it's all about which team shows up. Notre Dame's been getting by doing their thing. Ohio State, very strong team. I would love to go with Notre Dame because obviously that's not Lee's team, so I would love to go with with Notre Dame. I will say this: thank you, Ohio State, for doing what you had to do to get here in the first place. Thank you.
Oh yeah, talk about it. Talk about it a little bit.
Because the Longhorns suffering, pain,
man.
Every word in the dictionary.
What a fucking way to go out.
And I love to see it.
On a scale of 1 to Ray Caruth, how fucking cooked did you think that you were, Lee Harvey, when these motherfuckers not only had it at the 1 yard line?
Ray Caruth is wow. That is
but not only had it at the 1 yard line, but fucking got a pass interference. First and goal from the 1 yard line.
Well, how concerned I was, but then again, that's what they've done all season long. They've stonewalled several teams inside the 5.
Top red zone defense in the nation. Probably a good idea to call a deep fucking gun pitch to your running back out wide against them, huh? Hello.
Hey, you heard, I don't know if you heard Sarkisian after the game. He was like, we can't run it up.
I don't need to listen to nothing that guy has to say after that. You need to just be fucking quiet. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, he was like, we can't run it up the middle on these dudes. Everybody else hasn't failed. We can't do that. Let's try to bounce it outside. See if we can get something.
If you are a coach, especially of a team like that, that's even worse. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you are the coach of a team, furthermore, the coach of a team that has millions of dollars in payroll from the state of Texas, supposed to be the football, epitome. And you're out there saying, we can't? We can't? We can't have you be the coach any fucking more. That's what the fuck that should have been said after that.
All those future
Fucking
pros.
insane. Yes. Can't get 1 yard. Holy shit. True, tell me what your emotions were in that sequence of plays.
I typically don't feel any emotion when I watch these things. In this case, though, I was I wouldn't say overjoyed watching it. I had a good laugh. I had an absolutely good laugh. I think watching games like this for me, because I have no vested interest in this, right? Like if Ohio State loses, I get to troll Lee.
Yep.
I get to talk down on Lee, and that's one of my favorite pastimes on the show, obviously. And then then we have what really warms my heart is to shit on Texas, Longhorns, and Cam. And really, or anybody that roots for the Longhorns, roots for Texas, honestly. So I was, I watched the game and like nothing surprises me. I think everything that went wrong in that game for Texas, I kind of laughed. I was just laughing like, well, there you go. You're just waiting for that. I think Texas is the epitome to me that they shouldn't have. I don't want to say they shouldn't have been there anyway, but they've had multiple times where it looked like they were not gonna make it through, and eventually it catches up to you. And I think we all kind of said that Ohio State would find a way to win. I believe. I don't think any of us said that Texas would win. So I think Ohio State made it a little rougher for themselves than it could have been. But
they almost got away with it again, though.
Yeah,
first and goal for the one.
Like they got away with it for a while, but they ain't really get away with it, and that's okay. I'm here for that. I needed that. Seeing the quietness from Cam on the timeline after it happened and it was over. And to his fairness to him, he did, when we talked about it privately, like when the playoffs started, he was like, I got us getting to, this point and that's it. And this is exactly the point he said they would get to, and this is what happened. So he knew it and he called it. So still heartbreaking loss for Texas, which couldn't have happened to a better group of fans. Couldn't have happened to a better group of fans. I hope it hurts. I hope it still hurts. And if Ohio State wins, it'll hurt even more, right? Because that's just or if Ohio State loses, right? I think that's.
I don't know. I always feel like there's solace in losing to the eventual champion. So
like if they lost. But I just think either way, you know how it is. Like, man, that could have been us. If we could have just got it done, that could have been us. Or if they lose, it's like, hey, if we would have been in that position, we wouldn't have lost. I love seeing that because it's like, shut up. Like, shut up. Like, you had a chance to get there, you didn't. So, as far as Texas goes, fuck them. And I'm glad they lost. But as far as Ohio State and Notre Dame, I really think that's going to be an amazing game, and really interested to see how both of these defenses fare against each other. So that's the defensive battle was what I'm looking forward to, because I think it could go either way, but I just think Ohio State got a little more in the tuck than Notre Dame for this one.
3-1 Ohio State picks. Tay, how would you feel? What's your take on that last sequence of that Texas, that fateful Texas Ohio State situation? First and goal from the one.
I guess they tried to. I don't have a problem with it. Like, I guess they were trying to. They were overthinking it. Like they were thinking, it was one of those situations where
they'll never expect this. There's a fucking reason.
Yeah, he basically thinking like, the defense, they're gonna be expecting a dive and whatnot. So you do something different to kind of throw them off. So I understand it, but it didn't work out, and it ruined the game I mean, yeah, that's just the risk you take, you know. But Ohio State was the better team, though. Like just the whole game, like they had control of the game the whole time. Like it just never felt like Texas. Like yeah, they made it interesting, but to me watching it, it just never felt like Texas was really like nah. They weren't
Even
destined for greatness.
even when the game was tied a couple times.
Not Texas.
I was surprised. No. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nah, they just don't got it. They don't got it. No.
Next year, though, right?
Now, if it was Arch, I'd say something different. But I don't feel the Quinn Ewers like nah.
You said that you think that Notre Dame has the pieces to keep them in this thing against Ohio State. Do you have any thoughts about the Notre Dame Penn State game?
That also.
All right, you know what? Something. I'm gonna let you go. We do got to say though on this pod, man. Penn State fucking way outperformed what we all thought they were gonna fucking be. Way outperformed, and kudos to them. You know that game, that Penn State, the Oregon Penn State, the Big Ten championship, that was a turning point. That woke them up, and kudos to them. I was deathly afraid we were going to get an Ohio State Penn State rematch. That would have sucked. Penn State Notre Dame take.
Yeah, that was definitely a good game. It was pretty quiet up until the fourth quarter. You know, how many points was it? It was about 30-some points combined in the fourth quarter. That was definitely it was fun to watch. You know, like just being a casual of the sport. Like I've seen on Twitter, people were talking about Drew Allen, just the fact that people can learn new names and stuff like that. You know, that's why this college football playoff format is good. You know, just for stuff like that. But to the game's point, Penn State, I'm not gonna lie, their running back tandem it was amazing. You know, it's been like that all year.
They're both coming back too. God damn.
Yeah. I was shocked when I seen that, but I don't know. I guess
Andrew Aller. So it's gonna be a lot of hype.
Yeah, I know. I guess they feel like they're gonna win something next year. I get it, but no, I would have went to the NFL. But yeah, their running back tandem was probably the best. I mean, I can't really think of anyone else outside of maybe Ohio State. You know, pick your poison with that. But yeah, like they were running the ball real well. Kind of had me worried, but Notre Dame came through in the fourth. The defense, you know, came through like always, and they got it done. But Penn State, I wouldn't say I don't want to tell me how I sound when I say this, but I feel like they didn't really have much of a challenge to get to where they're at.
No, they played completely SMU. Right.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like they're good, don't get me wrong, but they played SMU. Come on, we remember the game. Then they played Boise State. Like, you know, there was some hope, but I had a Penn State was gonna beat them too. So I don't know. Penn State's good, but I would pump the brakes on preseason noise next year though. Just keep that in mind. Keep the road that they had in mind.
No, it's on. The hype is on next year. They got those running backs back. They got the quarterback back. It's a perfect setup. It's a perfect setup for your guy fucking James Franklin to fuck it up. Drew, any final thoughts on the Final Four and us rolling into this Martin Luther King Day national championship matchup?
Well, for one, you know you're not gonna get me to say. I heard you give him kudos. You know I ain't got nothing nice to say about no goddamn Penn State. Absolutely not. You know my existence on this show is to hate on majority of the college teams. Pretty much that's what I'm here to do. Fuck them. But no, I mean I thought it was a good game. You just kind of. Yeah, I didn't expect Penn State to pull it off anyway. I do agree with you that they did exceed expectations, but I'm hoping that's a fool's gold type of deal where it's kind of back to what we expect next season. But it was a good game. Notre Dame did what they needed to do, and it's like it is what it is, man. Don't have too much to say. I think this is the time of year when things start winding down. When things are winding down, and you kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to look at some of these teams and some of these players. And I believe Tay said, he would have just went to the NFL for some of them and some of their decision making. And I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think it's interesting. It's an interesting time. End of season for college is always interesting because you got to, a lot of guys are going to be going for that draft, and some guys are going to, stick around and watch the draft stock plummet next year when that shit don't turn out how they expect it to, which happens a lot more than I think we even think about. So it'll be interesting. There's something I want to talk about. It's not Final Four or now Final Two related, but it's actually about a coach that could be on the move, and I'm just curious everybody's thought on this. And I feel like you already know where I'm going with this because it's been all the fucking news. And I've been on the move today, so I didn't get a chance to really like tap in and like really pay attention to everything. But I feel like, on this show at the beginning of the season, we all had our thoughts about Coach Prime, right? We all had our thoughts. Must be the money. That was conversation. We had conversation. Colorado exceeded most people's expectations. They did what they're supposed to do. And I guess for me, I felt like when his son leaves the team and he goes to the NFL, that Prime probably was going to go with him. It's just, it's just a logical thought. I just didn't have the Cowboys as a potential place that he would end up. And I've been a big supporter of Coach Prime. But in the words of Stephen A. Smith, you don't want to make an enemy out of me. You go and coach some Cowboys. I'm praying for your motherfucking downfall, Prime. I'm praying your other coach cut the fuck off or something. I can't do this. I don't want to see you. Like, it's just, I hate it. I hate it. I hate the Cowboys. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I heard he was going to go for the Raiders job. I know that's dependent on if, they draft, but like Cowboys,
well, that's kind of that's the follow up here, right? To be clear, I think that is the fucking worst idea possible in the universe for both sides of this fucking coin. I like, right? I've been in here supporting Deion just as much as anybody, but he's still, how many years is this major college coaching? 5? That's still, I don't know. So I guess the thought is, if he goes there and it's a fucking shit show, which it most likely will be, some college will take him when he comes back. Somebody will fucking take him. A fucking UAB, a Florida Atlantic, North Texas or something, right? Like somebody will take him. So I guess that's like the way you could look at it, as far as like the risk factor. It's just things are going good up there. Next year was going to be an awesome prove it year. I don't know if you saw, but the team averaged the 3.0 GPA, highest in the history of the Colorado football team. Like the guy's making a good difference in young people's lives. And like, that's what I have a passion for. So it hurts me to see him leave that for something that I am 10,000% certain will be a fucking disaster. One of the things to take into consideration on this is, so does this mean that the Cowboys are trading Dak for the number 1 overall pick so they can get Shedeur? Was that part of that conversation? Should the Titans even consider doing that? I don't know if the Titans are a are still I don't know if they're a competitor in that division still, even with Dak. So maybe it's Dak and another player for multiple firsts, or the first number 1 overall and the number 32 overall, or number 33 overall, or something. I still don't know if that's even, because Dak's a little bit on the back end of his prime as well. He only got about 3 or 4 years left. I don't think that the Titans are building a winner to compete with Dak at quarterback in that time frame. Or does it end up being a 3-way trade? Maybe Dak goes to a competitive team. That competitive team gives up a few pieces to the Titans, and the Titans send the number 1 to the Cowboys so they can get Shador. Lot of storylines. It'll be a lot of discussion that we can engage in if this does happen later on down the road here on our content page here. But other people's thoughts. Tay, what do you think, man, about this possibility of Deion to Dallas?
Well, it's interesting. They don't have nothing to lose, so I mean, it would be cool to try it. It would get people to, it would put people in the seats. I mean, even though they already sell out.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I think it was on First Take they were talking about it. They said, if you think the Cowboys kick off every fucking talk show now, just wait till it's the Cowboys with Deion Sanders as the coach. There ain't no avoiding that. That's kicking off every show. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I mean,
fuck all the rest of us, I guess, right?
That aspect, it would be smart. I mean, why not? Like, they have nothing to lose right now. They suck. They got a long way to go to become a contender. They lost their coaching staff, half their coaching staff last year. About to be all of it this year, so everything's just going downhill. You might as well do something like out of this way different than what they've been doing. They need to do something different. So I mean, it would be interesting to see. He just needs to hire good coordinators. That's the main thing I think about. Like, because he doesn't call any plays. He just brings people to the games. Like, well, he's one of those coaches that I dislike. But yeah, he would just have to show he could bring in the right coordinators, to like for the offense and defense, stuff like that. But it could be something. But I mean, I don't know. Titans trading for Dak, like it's kind of marginal. Like, it reminds me of Ryan Tannehill. Like, what are we getting out of this? Like, that's dumb. I don't know. I'd rather just bank on a rookie because, like I said, Dak Prescott. That's the same. That's like Ryan Tannehill, just with a worse roster. And I don't know. That is gonna go just as bad as it is now eventually. So I wouldn't do that if I were the Titans. But the Cowboys, I mean, if I was Jerry Jones, I'd do it. I mean, why not? The only thing they have going good for themselves is Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb. Everything else is just, people hurt and they suck. They got a long way to go. So why not? That's how. Why not? You gotta do something. Gotta do something.
What do you think there, Lee Harvey?
I mean, you get Deion as the head coach. Okay. That moves the needle as far as like ratings and putting butts in seats and stuff like that. But I don't know how much that'll make them better as a football team. Deion's already said on multiple occasions that he's not the kind of coach that motivates, grown men. He rather motivate young men. So I don't know. It doesn't look good. But if that's Jerry's only option, if he's the only option as a head coach, might as well go all in on that since he failed to go all in last offseason.
Definitely failed to go all in. Well, we will definitely be following up on that. We'll be following up on the national championship game next week. I think we're going to do not just the national championship review, but a little bit of looking forward into the draft coverage. Some of these decisions that some of these guys made, and maybe we'll have a Deion Sanders update by then. So be on the lookout for that. We'll probably wrap up the college football show season next week. Look on the page right now. We got NFL divisional round preview pod posted. Me and True rocked out the weekend wrestling, World of Wrestling, last weekend. A lot of prophetic things got said on that. Whew. And then NBA Hoops Hour also up. We got a full schedule this week. Probably one of the last weeks. We'll have a full schedule for a real long time till next October or so. So definitely check out everything that we got to offer you. Going on in there, the Medium site doing awesome, bunch of awesome articles, new generation articles going up today. Steph Curry article going up today. The Medium site is rocking. Soul Revival 6, True God, still out there, streaming platforms. Check it out. Give it a few spins. Be on the lookout for True. All around Cincinnati sports, University of Cincinnati, Cincinnati Cyclones, hockey, all of that stuff. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, I'm gonna be busy as shit this weekend. The busiest
DAR
fucking weekend.
paraphernalia maybe popping up here and there. Who knows? Music in print right here on the page. As you can see, man, it's so loaded. And we got UFL season coming up. That's because the world of DAR never stops.